Today we're looking at the magic triangle. And to help you understand how this works, I've got some manipulatives. So something you could use at home that's easy to find and collect are bread tags and milk tags. I've got some little animal toys, and you might have anything else at home that you can touch. You don't have to use these if you don't need to, but to help you see how this works, I'm gonna use some of these. So, to start, I've popped 3 numbers on here onto my triangle, and I've marked that it's going to be an add and subtract magic triangle. But the thing is, this one's not correct because 28 does not split up into 5 plus 7. So I can't say 28 minus 5 is 7, and I can't say 28 minus 7 is 5, and I can't say 5 plus 7 is 20. These numbers don't work together. So when we pick random numbers, all that we do is trick ourselves into thinking that we're correct and we've saved time and we're really fast, but we haven't done it correctly. So no random numbers, okay? That's the first rule. When you're making your magic triangle, you need to decide if you're adding and subtracting or multiplying and dividing first. For adding and subtracting, the first thing we need to do is select a number that is going to be part of our first addition problem. So I'm going to select 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that I have 4, I'll mark it here at the corner or the vertice of this triangle. The next number that I want to put in is going to be the other number that's part of the problem. So I'm gonna go with 2, and I'm starting with a really small, straightforward problem, and if you've got younger siblings in grade 1 and 2, they can totally do this. So we've got 2, I'll mark 2. Now if I take that away, it's still 4 plus 2, or 2 plus 4. I'll leave the manipulatives there so that you can see them. So what is 4 plus 2? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 2, 4, 6. So I can show that, I can represent that over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my 4, and then my 6. So 4 plus 2 equals 6, and I'm going to write that down. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Another way I could say that is 2 plus 4 equals 6, because it's true. I know that it's true because I can see that this 2 and this 4 groups together and adds together to create the same amount that's over here. Now that I've got 2 addition questions and the biggest number is in my sum or my answer, I'm going to take those big numbers and they're going to start both of my subtraction questions. So if I have 6 and I subtract 2, 6 subtract 2, I will end up with 4. I can double check that. Here's 6, I'll take away 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's correct. Now, if I go the other way, 6 subtract 4, that should give me 2. Let's see if it's true. 6, I take 4 away, I'm left with 2. Here they are. So, as we can see here, we've used the same 3 numbers. We've not invented or added any new numbers. So we're using 4, 2, and 6. In our addition problems, the smaller numbers are part of the question. In our subtraction problems, the biggest number is the first number in the subtraction question because we want to find the difference. Okay, so how do we do this with multiplying and dividing? Same way. We make our triangle, put in our symbols so that we remember that this is what we're doing. Remember, we need 2 multiplication and 2 division questions. We can always create 4 questions from 3 numbers. So I'm going to start with the first number that I want to multiply by, which is going to be, I'm going to go with 2. Because that's a really good entry point for most of us because most of us can double or multiply by 2. We can also count by 2s. So that means we all have a way to start doing multiplying and dividing with 2s. All right, so 2. I'm gonna do 2 and multiply by, I think I'll do 4. So that means I need to look at what 2 groups a 4R. Now this is a little different because I can't put 4 here and 4 here. That wouldn't be true. And I can't put just 2 there because where am I going to put these 2? So when we're using manipulatives with multiplying and dividing, we can't quite leave it that way. So we've got 4 here and 4 here. So 2 groups of 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Thank you, Magnus. And I can also look at that's 2 groups of 4, giving me 8, which is my biggest number. And then I can say, if I have 4 groups of 2, I can skip count. 2, 4, 6, 8. So 4 groups of 2 is the same. It's also 8. Now, how do I divide? That big scary word is not as scary as we think it is. So if we have 8, and we're going to split that off or share it, or cut it up into groups. If I have 8, I have to start each of my problems with 8. 8 is the biggest number. If we have 2 and we divide that by 8, we're going to end up with decimal values. And we're not ready for that. We're not doing that. And a decimal value is not one of our other 2 numbers. So 8 divided by 2 should give us 4. We can check that. I have 8. I'm going to divide it or split it into 2 groups, 1 on each side of the triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 in each group. Thank you. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 8 divided by something else. Well, there's only one other way to do it. We have to inverse these. We need to flip them. So 8 we're going to divide by 4, which means we're going to take 8 and we're going to split it into 4 different groups. Here's a group, here's a group, here's a group, here's a group. So here we have how many in each group? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 2, 2, 2. So 8 divided by 4 is how many are left in your group, and that is 2. So now we have 4 problems. 2 times 4 equals 8. 4 times 2 equals 8. If we simply look at that, all that's happened here is these numbers have flipped. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2. Same thing, the 4 and the 2 have flipped. So the one that's not flipping is the 8. It only moves when we switch the operation. So again, no random numbers in these problems. If you put a random number in, you will not be correct, and you're not helping yourself. So start with the first number in your problem and go from there. If you have trouble, send me a message, send me an email, or watch the video again. Use manipulatives, help yourself out, have fun, enjoy it. Start working with big, scary numbers because you're going to quickly realize that once you know the 3 numbers, it's not that hard. And you can do it, and we can do hard things. Have a good day.